Hello. Um, I just wanted to start making these videos. This is the first time that I'm making videos for YouTube, and I wanted to begin with a collection that I'm starting. As you can see, I have the Final Fantasy VII Greatest Hits version of Final Fantasy VII, and well, I'd always yeah, when you actually, this is the first time I'm doing this, so it's kind of a you kind of when you're gonna make a video, you think you're gonna know what to say, but then, anyways, uh, so yeah, um, I recently thought that I wanted to um, reobtain all the games that I had in the past, or at least most of them, and I started. I thought that I should start uh, getting these games, and I thought that I should begin with Final Fantasy VII. And I thought, well, I thought I'm not gonna. There are so many games. All of these games I used to have them, most of them, but then I sold them like 10 years ago. Um, and so I figured, well, I think I'm gonna get them again, get them back. And I know that it's my age, and it's not just me. A lot of people are collecting them. But I just thought, well, maybe as I do it, if I thought I might be buying one game each month, and then I thought, well, if I'm gonna be buying them, then I might as well make a video too and talk a little bit about it. Just maybe try to share my thoughts and my experiences. I know there are so many channels of people talking about video games, and I know that me doing this is only going to make it more difficult for me to get more games. But I mean, at this point, there are so many people already looking for these games. Anyways, so I guess it's a little bit more fun for me to make make these videos as I purchase these games. Um, and anyway, so Final Fantasy VII, one of the most famous games for the PlayStation, and yeah, I mean, uh, if I was gonna start with the game, it was gonna be this one because even though I did play other video games before for the PlayStation, I played Tomb Raider 2, I played Resident Evil 2. I think this is the one that I like the most. And anyway, so yeah, um, I have the greatest hits version. Some people might not like it as much, or they think maybe they'll put it down because it's the greatest hits version. Maybe some people think it's uglier. But for me, this is the actual version that I purchased back in like 2000 or 1999, and that's uh, well, at the beginning when I first, well, I guess like most people, I had a modded PlayStation. I originally wanted the Nintendo 64, but just I would think I just thought that these Nintendo 64 games were so expensive, and my parents, there was no way they were gonna be buying me games as often. They could buy me games, but they were gonna buy me like $20 video games every now and then. But they wouldn't want to purchase $50 games plus taxes, every month or every 2 weeks or every 2 months even. So I thought, well, I guess I'll have to go with the modded PlayStation. I'll mod it because one of my cousins was playing the games that way. But anyways, after that's the thing that after I like a year or 2 years later, after I played so many games, so many burnt games, then I kind of wanted to have the real deal, and I started purchasing the games that I liked the most, and this is the one that I purchased first. Um, I think I already had Legacy of Kain, Soul River, but anyways, but this is the one that I actually wanted, and I purchased as a collection, and then I sold it. But anyways, I sold it because the first disc was ruined. I lent it to a friend, the whole game, and when he gave it back to me, he had ruined the first disc. Like really, I told him just take good care of it. It's like my treasure. And when he brought it back, the first disc was like it was not just damaged. It was like really ruined. Like he just, I think he hated me or something, because he kind of scratched it all over, and it was unusable. And so I kept the I just had it for a long while, but I had to sell it. I mean, I did sell it eventually, because I thought that, I mean, I'm gonna have to get the game again anyways. So I have the game here now, and I just wanted to share a little bit of my experience with this game. I remember I was 13 or 12, 13 years old, and I went to a cousin's house, and he had been playing. He was so excited about this game, and he showed me. He had recorded on a VHS uh, cassette the ending, and at the time I didn't understand what I was seeing, because all I could see was the cursor, or the little, you know what it is like. So I mean, if you're already familiar with the game and if you saw the ending, and he was so excited about it, and he wanted me to see the full motion videos, and the coolness, and I just kind of didn't get it. And I remember he had the original game there, and I looked, and it looked so cool. And the first thing that I thought, it was like Final Fantasy 7. I mean, Final Fantasy name, it was kind of familiar, but it was familiar, but the seventh game, it was, where are all the other ones? I think I've heard only of Final Fantasy 3. So I was like, 7. It was kind of ridiculous. I thought it was like a joke or something. I thought it was crazy. The seventh game. Where are all the other games? So, and I remember I took the booklet, and I remember seeing the High Wind, and he said, "Do you think you can draw it?" So I can draw, and he knew it, and I thought, I think I could. I mean, it looks pretty nice. You think you could draw it? It's so amazing. And I took the booklet, and I read it, and I could read something about materia, and I asked him, "What is this whole materia business?" And he was like, you wouldn't understand it. And I thought, well, I guess I wouldn't. And so, and I tried the game. I tried the game later, like a couple of months later, when I visited him. I don't know, I don't remember exactly. He had this huge binder with so many, the CD holder thing. So many games he had, and all of them burned. He had original games too, but anyways. So I kind of wanted to try Final Fantasy VII, because I knew it was a great game, but I didn't know what made it great. I just knew it was great. I didn't know why. And I tried it, and I didn't get it. I was pressing the X button, or I don't know. It wouldn't react. I didn't know. I didn't like. I just figured, why do I need to wait for a bar to fill? It didn't make any sense before I can do anything. That's just, you can hit me first, and then I'll hit you, and you know if you play the remake now, those thoughts are addressed. I mean, now you can cover, you can dodge, you can do all that stuff. And so when they made the remake, it was like they kind of read my mind. That's what I thought the first time when I played this game. Why can I do more? You just have to select what they have to do. But anyways, so at the time I didn't like it. I just, I tried it for like 5 minutes. At the beginning of the reactor section, and I didn't like it. So after a while, everybody in school were excited about Dragon Ball. This is in Mexico. I don't know in the United States. Anyways, oh, and by the way, English is not, well, you probably already noticed, but English is not my first language. But yeah, so I might get stuck every now and then. But these games, I enjoyed them in English, and that's why I'm doing these videos in English. So, anyways, so I remember I went to a friend's house, and he was playing Mario RPG, and I saw him playing. Well, at first we were playing Super Smash Brothers, but then he started playing. He asked us, Would you mind? Do you mind if I play Mario RPG? It's a great game." And I was like, "Oh, sure, we'll just, it's okay." And so we were just looking at it. Really, we were watching him play that game, but it was very interesting, and that's when I actually started. That's when I actually understood what this game was. Well, what an RPG was all about. And I guess, I mean, pretty much that's the reason why they made that game. I think they were just teaching people what an RPG was. The average consumer would understand what an RPG was, and what it meant to play an RPG. And that's when I understood. I mean, I liked the game. I liked Mario RPG. I liked the managing of resources, facing bosses, and having a party, and then like having an inventory and feeding your characters different. I think there was like a syrup thing that you would have to give Mario or something. I've never played that game completely, but you know what I mean if you played that game before. So I thought, I mean, if this game is so great, and it's a Mario game, which and Final Fantasy VII, the main character is like it resembled a lot. I just thought he looked like Cloud looked like Gohan in from Dragon Ball, with the purple outfit and all that. And I thought the other game has to be amazing. That's what I thought. And so I ran back to my cousin's house. I mean, maybe by the weekend or a couple of weeks later, and I actually asked him, "Hey, he wasn't even in his house," and I called him. Hey, can I grab your copy? It was a burnt copy. I don't know. I think I remember he had the original game, but I took the binder with all the burnt games, and I got, can I grab the he asked him, "Can I over the phone at his house? Can I grab the Final Fantasy VII game?" And he was like, "Ah, sure, take it." He didn't even care about that. At that point, he had beat the game. He had beaten the game about a year ago or two. I don't know, a year ago, and yeah, I think it was like a year ago. And before that, and so I grabbed the game and I started playing, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind. I didn't know it was going to be so good. And I thought with 3 discs, I've already spent 8 hours playing this game, in Midgard, and I'm about to finish the game because I thought the Shinra building was that was it. That was gonna beat that, and it was gonna be the end of the game. But of course, it wasn't. Now we know. Sorry, it's spoiler alert. Some people. And I'd played Resident Evil 2, and that took me like 8 hours to beat. So 8 hours into Final Fantasy VII, I thought I was about to finish it. And then when I finally leave Midgard, and I see there's actually a map, a whole world that I could still discover. That was crazy. I thought I was blown out. I mean, it was amazing. It was great. And then when I finally finished, I think it took me like 25 or 30 hours to finish the first disc. And then when I finally finished that, and this was in 1998, by the way. So when I finished that, I was 13. Yeah. When I finished that, I went back to my cousin's house and I took the other 2 discs. And he was there this time, and he actually put the game in, and he showed me his level 99 or level 80 characters, and he showed off. He went against he fought the weapons, and they kicked his butt. He couldn't make it. He was using Phoenix Down, not Phoenix Down, the Phoenix Materia to revive his character, but he couldn't. He could not beat Ruby. And anyways, and I was so impressed. I didn't know you could make your character so strong. He was doing like 40,000 damage. With the 4x cut attack, and that was like wow. I was amazed again. After because I didn't have the other 2 discs. So, anyways, so I beat the game. I think it's awesome. I'd never played an RPG before. I lent my game to friends, to a few friends who really, my friends, they knew how to play a video game, an RPG. I mean, they were. What I mean by this is that they were familiar with RPGs. They had played Final Fantasy One on the NES, and etc. So when they played as well. They hadn't played it at that time, but anyways, they played the game. I lent them the game. They played it, and they did so much more with the game that I did. I didn't know you could do so much stuff that they did. All those secrets, all the items that they were able to obtain. I didn't know anything about all that. I mean, the first time I beat the game, but I think I was like level 50, level 51, but I didn't have all the greatest weapons. I didn't know, so I could. So after I see that, then it's kind of like play the game again. And I was like, at the end of the game, I started finding all the secrets, all the greatest weapons, all the armor, all this. I mean, it was then the W item secret. So it's kind of like I didn't just play the game once. I kind of enjoyed the game in several like stages, and then after that, I mean, even recently, like about a year ago, I played the game again, and I have enjoyed this game so much. And now as an adult, I appreciate all the work they put into this game, and it's really amazing what they've done. What they did with this game, and yeah, this is a greatest hits version. That's the version I purchased, that I bought back in 2000 or something, and I'm glad to have it again. And maybe I'll purchase the black tag or black version later. But for now, I'm pretty happy to have a good condition version. Anyways, I guess I should show it now. I'm gonna open it, and so you can take a look at it. That's the manual. Um, it's in good condition. Actually, it's pretty good. Mm, maybe I can. Well, um, let me just. I'm holding the cell phone. I guess I need to take a. Oops. There we go. So at least, I mean, now I'll have this. I'll have the game. I'll keep it for as long as I can. I know I'll be able to play this game for a long time. And I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'll be able to play it on an actual CRT TV, because I don't like to play these games on other, and I like to play it on the real console, on the actual on a Sony Trinitron, or a CRT TV. It's just, I don't know what it is. I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm older now, but you know what I mean. It looks very different. These games were created for that, for those TVs. I don't like the way these games look on newer TVs, even in higher definition. I don't know what it is, like a glow or the phosphorus thing. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this is a great game. This is the first month that I'm starting with this game. I'm trying to get Metal Gear Solid, because that's the other great game that I love. But for now, I mean, this is my story with Final Fantasy VII that I wanted to share, and I love this game, and I'm so happy to have it again. Maybe I'll get the black version later. Um, don't really mind too much if I don't get it ever. I mean, it's not that expensive anyway, but I'd rather try to get the other games, because I had had so many games that I don't have anymore. I've lost them. I sold them. Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, Suikoden 3, but that's for PlayStation 2. Anyways, so I guess for now this is it. Just wanted to share my thoughts, and hopefully I'll be able to make another video soon, in about a month. And yeah, I'm not gonna say like and subscribe, because all I'm doing really is just make these videos for just for me, really, just for not just for me. I want to share with the community, I guess, the online community, and that's another reason why I'm doing this in English, right, even though I speak Spanish. And well, I know more people will be able to understand what I'm saying, and well, maybe I'll do it in Spanish as well. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm just enjoying making this. I'm so happy to have this game. It looks so amazing. Anyway, thank you.